Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Love of Biology. Today we are going to discuss part 3 of enzymes, that is enzyme mechanism to react, to act. Okay, so enzyme have the 3D structure, so they have the pockets. At their pockets we call it as a active site. So at this active site they have a specific conformation to attract and to bind with the substrate, and those we call them as a pockets, and their substrate fits in a complementary fashion. They two join together to form a complex that we call it as enzyme substrate complex. The complexer state is short-lived, the substrate is changed into the product. So this is also called as transition state we call. So they remain complexed with the active site of the enzyme for a brief period. Later they separate, and the active site is free to perform a catalytic act. So it involves two steps, that is combining of enzyme and the substrate. Next one, disintegration of the complex structure into the product. Okay, let us see the factors affecting the enzyme action: temperature and the pH. So both the temperature and the pH at the optimum, they are required for the enzyme action. If it increase or decrease, they will decrease the enzyme activity. Okay, pH and the temperature both. Next is substrate concentration. Concentration of the substrate, increase in the substrate concentration gradually, which increases the velocity of the enzyme reaction. Actually, this is at the limited range of the substrate. So we will get a rectangular hyperbola if we plot a graph. Again is the substrate concentration. Okay. So this is actually defined by the Michaelis-Menten constant. We call it as a Km. It is defined as a substrate concentration, which is expressed in the moles to calculate the enzyme kinetics. That is a reaction rate, how the enzyme is binding with the substrate, how it is converting into the product. We wanted to know, so that we call it as a Km value, that is a constant value to produce the product. Okay, next coming to the types of enzyme inhibition. Enzyme inhibitors are substances which alter the catalytic action of the enzyme and consequently slow down, it will decrease the catalysis, or it may stop the catalysis. Actually three types are there: competitive, non-competitive, and the substrate inhibitions. Let us discuss one by one the three types of the inhibitors and three types of the inhibitions. Inhibitors are which will inhibit the reaction, those we call them as a inhibitors, and the reaction we call it as a inhibition. First one is the competitive inhibition. This actually competition where between the substrate and the inhibitor. Okay, for the active site, actually substrate will bind at the active site only to the enzyme, whereas in this competitive inhibition the inhibitor will also come in which resembles like the substrate, and it will compete the substrate. Okay, it will compete the substrate. Okay, the inhibitor competes with the substrate to bind at the active site of the enzyme. Both these complexes formed based upon the enzyme's affinity towards the substrate or towards the inhibitor, and also their concentrations. If the inhibitor concentration is high, it can displace the substrate entirely and block the reaction. Example, malonic acid, which have structural resemblance with the succinic acid. So malonic acid, it is a structurally it will resemble same like the succinic acid, and it will block the reaction. Okay, so next one is the non-competitive inhibition. In this type of inhibition, inhibitor will bind either the free enzyme or the enzyme substrate complex, because it is not binding at the active site. Other than the active site, it will bind and deform the enzyme, so it does not form the complex normally, and it will be blocked. So other than the active site, they will bind. Example, metal ions. Next one is the allosteric inhibition. Also we call it as a end product or the feedback inhibition. Okay, here the inhibitor binds with the modulator binding site or the allosteric site of the enzyme, that is not at the active site. The inhibitor present at the allosteric site may affect the conformation of the active site, which result it becomes difficult for the enzyme to take up the substrate molecule. And in the extreme case, the enzyme completely fails to take up the substrate molecule, for example glycolysis. Here they will bind at other than the active site, but their own end products only, in a chain of reaction their own end products only they will block. Next, coming to the chemical nature of the enzymes. All enzymes are proteins, we know that, but a functional enzyme has different components, and those components let us going to read. Holoenzyme, it is a complete enzyme actually. Every enzyme, it is a proteinaceous structure. Along with that, some other molecules, non-protein molecules, are also present in the holoenzyme, so to activate it. Actually, apoenzyme, it is a proteinaceous component, a protein component of the enzyme, whereas the coenzyme, it is a non-protein one. So apoenzyme, it individually it can't be active catalytically. If it bind with the coenzyme, then only it will be active. So for example, prosthetic group belongs to that only. If a substrate is covalently attaches to the protein part of the enzyme, it is referred to as a prosthetic group. It is a non-protein portion of any conjugated protein. So coenzyme is a specific example of the prosthetic group. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel.